Hi everyone and welcome. It is now March, we're 4 days into autumn, and while I'm living for it, it's only just a little concerning how the weather is just suddenly, it's not cold, but this feels like this weather should be April weather, but it's, climate change isn't a thing apparently, but you know, that is not what I'm here to discuss today. Because it is now March, I am going to do a book wrap up of the books that I read in January and in February. So because I don't read many books, I just thought it would be better if I do 2 months. We have a guest. Hi Loki. Come here. Come here. Come here, Loki. And he's run off. As I was saying, because I don't read many books, it's probably best I do 2 months at a time, so it's just more of a substantial video. So my reading goal for this year is to read 35 books. According to Goodreads, I need to read 3 books per month. While for me that sounds a little daunting, I've actually kept up with it so far. And I don't know how long it's going to last. So in this video we've got 6 books that I've read, 3 in January, 3 in February. And this is a new thing for me because having a Kindle is quite new. I don't usually read ebooks, but it's been a massive help because half of the books that I have read have been ebooks. So the first one that I read, just waiting for my Kindle to turn on. The first book of the year that I read was Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. Yeah, I watched a video and someone recommended it, and I had never heard of Penelope Douglas before then. I didn't realize that she was kind of a household name in the respect of like new adult, and is she considered romance? I mean, technically it would be romance as well. Yeah, I'd never heard of her before. So I think I went into this kind of blind. And didn't have any expectations. I try not to have any expectations for anything, and it was quite enjoyable, especially because it was my first new adult book. It was completely different to what I was expecting. I can see why there's a need for new adult genre, even though I feel like I've read YA fantasy specifically that has the same sort of sex scenes that Punk 57 had. But either way, it was pretty good. I gave it a 4 stars out of 5. The next book that I read was also another ebook, and I'm now seeing the faults in my plan to try and show all of these books. The second book I read was The Kiss Quotient, still can't say it, by Helen Hong. And if you've all watched my review video, I gave it a 5 stars. And because I've already spoken so much about that one, I can't say much else on that. So there's that one. The next one that I read was a physical book. It Sounded Better in My Head by Nina Kenwood, Australian author, YA, has a little bit of romance speckled in it, and I realised that majority of the books that I read had romance elements in it, if not was romance genre. Yeah, I thought this was a light and cute, fluffy little romance, and I gave this one 4 stars. Yeah, it was quite easy, enjoyable as well. I got through this pretty quickly. I think I sat down twice, like a serious sit down, and got through majority of the book. I don't remember it taking me too long. I read this fairly quickly, which is a surprising thing for me. So, you know, I'm just kicking all of my goals apparently. The next one was also an ebook. This one was a damn... It was a lot. It was a lot. I didn't really like it at all. I hated it, in fact. I wrote a whole long review on it on Goodreads. It took me 1.5 hours to write. I think it's more or less longer than an essay that I'd usually write. And that was Junkyard Druid by MD Massey. It is a new adult urban fantasy novel. And that sounds really cool. It sounds really cool. But I was so disappointed. And if you feel like it, I'll link my Goodreads down below. Like, I'll link the review. If you feel like it, read this review, because I honestly can't, I don't have any more words for this. I used them all up on this damn... yeah. I can't even be coherent about it because it just made me so mad. The next one was P.S. I Still Love You, and I read that for the movie, but also, you know, I'm more or less one of those people that tries to read before a film. But recently I've loosened up on that one as well, and I've actually watched a fair few things before the books. So, again, surprising myself and kicking more goals, even though that wasn't really a goal for me. But anyway, I did read this before the movie. I gave this book 3 stars because I thought it was slow and not much really happened. The only thing that happened that surprised me by the end was I became thoroughly Team John Ambrose. I didn't think that would happen. I loved Peter in the first book and in the first movie. I still love movie Peter. But I was just so damn disappointed in this, in the book. But anyway, it was still an enjoyable read. The last book that I read in February, I also have done a review for this, but I've yet to edit and upload it. And that's oh. I just put my thumb through the page and bent it. Valentine by Jodie McAllister. I give this 5 star. I had so many words for this. And I'm actually surprised that it was rambling. Like, I rambled a lot about this book in my review. But it actually... I feel like it made sense. Yeah, so 6 books. I'm not going to be able to do this, wait. 6 books I managed to read, and that's actually a pretty good damn effort for me. Even if it was across 2 months, like there are some of you out there that will read 6+ books in the 1 month. But for me, this was actually a real big success, and I'm proud of myself, and I've already read 1 book for March, so, you know, 4 days in, that's fairly good effort. Yeah, so these are it. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. See ya.